everyone. Welcome to Mamarazzi. I'm Denise Albert.
I'm Melissa Gerstein, and we're the moms. I have three kids.
And I have two. She's happily married, and I'm happily divorced.
So we've been talking about parenting across the country with a community of moms at our Mamarazzi events, and we are so excited to bring Mamarazzi to a wider audience with this show right here at the People Entertainment Weekly Network.
And joining us today, we have the amazing and supportive Jada Pinkett Smith, who is starring in a new film, Girls Trip, out this Friday, July 21st. And I have to say, I laughed the entire time. I needed it. I feel like it's actually my life, which is maybe too much information.
Well, I think it's something we can all relate to. That's the whole point, of a movie like this, is that, it represents all kinds of pieces of the female world. So.
It's so good. We also have our live studio audience. Just got to give a little shout out over there, which is so exciting. They're going to be here to ask you some questions later, which is so awesome.
And we have all of you at home. We want to hear from you too. You can tweet us with the hashtag Mamarazzi. You can send in videos with parenting questions for Jada to burst.com/Mamarazzi. And you can also comment on People EW's Network's Facebook page. Ask anything you like, and dads, don't be shy. We want to hear your questions too.
Oh, it's so exciting. So I saw it last night. The theater was like, we all bonded. Like, I went by myself. This woman was passing me popcorn. It's just such a great experience. And I said to Denise after, I got to call my high school friends. I got to call my college friends, because we forget. You get so caught up in life.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, fans are really excited to see you in this. And we have a burst video from a fan, so take a look at this.
Hi Jada, great to see you on Mamarazzi today. I have a question for you about your newest movie, Girls Trip. I actually just got back from a great weekend with all my girlfriends who I've been friends with for a million years, and I was just wondering when the last girls trip you took was, and what the craziest thing you've ever done.
I don't know. That's for another day, right?
Well, let me tell you,
Let's go there.
I haven't had a girls trip like this in 23 years, to be honest with you. Not like this one. Now, I take girls trips, where I'm in bed by 8 o'clock these days.
But that's
right,
Who do you take girls trips with?
I take girls trips with my girlfriends from high school. All my girlfriends that I have are girlfriends that I've had for at least 20 years. Yeah, I have really long, just girls that I met when I was in college, in high school, my best friend is from middle school. I met her when I was 12 years old. So I usually take trips with them.
So you really do?
Ooh. Yeah, definitely. And I took them with me, all my tightest girlfriends, to the girls trip premiere. Yeah, the girls Ramsey, who I went to high school with, Mia, who I went to high school with, Fawn, who I had met in middle school, and Keisha, who I met in middle school.
Amazing.
Now, do you have a kind of most embarrassing moment or experience from one of your past girls' trips?
I do remember getting drunk and waking up and being tied to a doorknob.
What?
No, you have to explain
just
this.
one arm tied to a doorknob. What happened?
I don't even know where to go with this. Okay,
yeah.
so you had a drink or something?
I had many drinks.
She didn't even.
No, but somebody might have put something in it.
No, see, back in those days, we didn't have all that.
They just drank the bottles in James.
You just drank till you passed out. And that's what I did.
Okay.
So you're like this to the door?
I was tied to the doorknob, and I must have had dark
I have to ask,
liquor.
your clothes were on.
Oh yeah, it wasn't one of those. Okay. It was safe. I was with friends.
So maybe
I just got a little crazy.
Okay.
Because if I drink dark liquor, now this is why I don't drink anymore.
There you go.
Okay, if I drink dark liquor, I get a little crazy.
And that's a great message for your kids.
Yes.
For our kids.
Yes.
Don't drink so you don't get tied to a doorknob.
Exactly. I tell my kids that all the time. Yeah. You don't want it.
I can't even. That is too crazy.
No, you can't even. I can.
So can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? So because this is like crazy town in the film. You do some things that are like, wow. And we have that one scene you're flying across, and you know what? I don't want to spoil it, but it is crazy.
Oh, it's in the trailer. She pees on a crowd.
Yeah. When you read the script, did you pause ever and think to yourself, I don't know if I can do this or want to do this? Or were you like, yes, this is hilarious?
I was like, yes, this is hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's like really bold and crazy.
Yeah, and I guess I didn't really see it that way. I saw it as something like crazy and fun, but people like really shocked that I would do that, and so it really makes me
I don't know
look-
why.
Not me.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of people felt like that, like, oh my God, we've never seen you like this before, and I was
Yes.
like, wow, like people really don't know me. I think the personas, you know, you have this kind of, you know, persona where
cool. You
everything's
get cat it
right,
together,
you
and then
know.
you're urinating in New Orleans.
Exactly. And it's like, that's me too.
Right.
Jada gets tied to a doorknob when she gets crazy drunk at 20. So, you know, it's like, you know, all these different women that exist in us as women. So when I look at a movie like this, it just gave me an opportunity to explore yet another side of my personality.
I love it. I'm all for it. So I'm a divorced mom. I've taken girls' trips. I've gotten crazy. I have not gotten tied to a doorknob.
Right.
But do you think that because your character was divorced, this was like her coming out party and letting loose? And do you think as moms everywhere, we all need to do that?
I definitely think that we need to do that. That was one of the things that I really related to with Lisa's, because I think as mothers, you know, there is an aspect of our world that gets really caught up in our home life, and we kind of lose that other vital aspect of being a woman. So whether it's our sensuality, whether it's our sexuality, whether it's our creativity, whatever it may be, we have to find ways in which we can be all those things that make us feel complete and whole. So having friends like I had in Girls Trip that, you know, were nudging me like, hey, Lise, don't forget, you know, that sexy girl inside of you, you know,
Right.
it's like
So true,
the
because-
wild Lisa.
But you're also saying, you know, there's so many different sides, and one of the main themes of the film was having it all.
Having it all. And that's subjective of what having it all is. And I think that for each and every one of us as women, having it all is to be defined for ourselves. You know, for me, having it all is just simply being happy.
But what makes you happy?
Having myself, in all honesty, you know, as I've come, as I've gotten older, I used to think that it was a lot of external things. And I've come to realize in my growth that really having myself, being comfortable in my own skin, being comfortable in my own thoughts, no matter what other people may think, and being able to walk my truth, no matter what other people may think and feel, is what makes me most happy. And if I can do that, then I have it all.
Yeah.
So shut out the outside chatter.
You have to.
Right.
You really do, because we're all trying to figure this out. And we all have a broken lens in a certain manner, you know, and so trying to see ourselves through, you know, many cracked mirrors that want to show ourselves through their cracked reflection. We can't know ourselves that way. We really have to be able to have the courage to be guided by our inner compass. You know, and then there are people who are around us that truly love us and you know, and have constructive criticism. Those are the ones that we can open our ears to and listen.
Like your girls.
Like your girls,
Like your
or your
girls.
mother,
Right.
you know what I'm
Or
saying?
your husband.
Or your husband.
kids.
Your kids, for sure. My kids
So this
teach me
is
a lot about
so-
myself.
I have to ask
Powerful,
one
the
question though
film.
about Lisa, because there's just one scene, and I was really consumed with mom guilt, and Lisa doesn't want to leave her kids.
Right.
Did you hesitate when they were younger leaving your
I
children?
never left my children when they were younger.
Right.
And that was just a choice I made, because I didn't want to leave my kids. You know, that was just my choice, and that was just my stuff. And I don't think that that's a problem for women to do. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm just saying that I didn't.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, you
And
know what I
we're
mean?
happy to.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't so happy to.
Yeah, and it
really
was hard for me.
Yeah.
It was hard, you know. And then as they got older and they got very communicative, then I was like, okay, because then they can tell me what's happening, you know. And that just came from certain experience I had, certain things I had seen, certain things I had heard about, you know. So that was just my stuff, you know. And sometimes when we're in parenting, we have to we have to be compassionate with ourselves, with our stuff, and that's okay.
Okay, now this film is just so funny, and now that your kids are older and you can leave, will there be a girls' trip too?
We'll see. You know, that's really up to the
box office.
Well, I gotta get these women and men because I want you to know a lot of men who've seen this movie have not only liked it but loved it truly. Because I don't think, even though it's called Girls Trip, it's not gender specific because laughter is universal.
Oh, no, no.
Right.
Look
And
at
we
the men
just
out
all
there.
laughed.
Yeah. It is so funny.
And one of the things that we laughed many times at was Queen Latifah's character, Sasha, plays a celebrity gossip blogger in the film, which ties nicely into our next burst video about media attention. Take a look.
What's going on, Jada? First, I wanted to say that one of my favorite shows of all time is Gotham. I think you're awesome in that. But I have a question. What is it like being in the spotlight, raising a family? Does it make it more difficult with media surrounding your family all the time? Thanks.
All the time, right?
All the time.
Yeah.
Definitely. It makes it more difficult. But I tell you, it also has given us an opportunity to really have to reach higher spiritual plateaus in order to deal with it in a manner that helps you grow instead of become angry and bitter about it. And so I am grateful for that experience in that way. Because, you know, the higher power gives us things to help us change and to help us grow. We're not given obstacles and problems, you know, as a curse or, you know, it's the higher power is always giving us things that the higher power knows that that particular person can handle. So when I look at my life and I look at the obstacles that come, I always look at it as a way as the highest is trying to show me something about myself, and the highest is asking me to reach higher in order to be more, in order to handle this situation with grace.
Right, and I feel, and you live in the spotlight always, so you probably don't know any different, and everyone is very interested in your family. So speaking of your family, because you're all in the spotlight, we have another burst from a fan about your kids.
Okay.
Hi guys, I am a big fan, especially of the Smith family and everything you guys do. I just have a couple of questions. Jaden and Willow both seem like very trendy, popular kids. How much of that do you think they get from you and Will? And what have you learned from your kids?
The cool family.
The cool family. Yeah, you know, I guess my kids always remind me of how loving I am. You know what I mean? Like, my kids just adore me. Like, you know, like, it's crazy. Sometimes it just, you know, when Lisa says in the movie, oh, you should have babies because nobody will love you like your babies, it's so true. Like, my kids really love me.
Them, you get teary.
Well, yeah, because they adore me. Like, even as, like, Jaden's here now, and he was like, I had to do all this press yesterday, and he was like, you know, I got to come see you. You know what I'm saying? Well, he's not, I don't know if it's so much that he's proud of me, but he just loves me. He just wants to be around me all the time. Like, my kids, he's 19, and my daughter is 16 years old, and they just want to be with me all the time.
And do you want to be with them all the time?
I do. I love my children. They're my favorite people in the whole wide
But
world.
now they're old enough. I mean, did you ever feel like you need a break? Like, my kids are away at summer camp right now. I
Yeah.
am having the summer of Denise.
Yeah, well, you know, it's like right now, being here, you know, while I'm working, that is a break, you know, being out of the house and what have you. But I don't know. I just really love my family life. And I guess for me, because they're older, it's not the same pressures as having younger. Like, when they were younger, it was like, okay, look, I need a minute.
Yeah, I'm going in the shower.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm not coming out for 2 hours.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Or like, Mom, I need you to come.
I have
or-
that right now.
Yeah, exactly.
She's 8, and it's a lot.
It's a lot.
And
That's
I
a
love her
great,
so
it's
much,
a tough
and I
age.
always say to myself, they're young ones. They're young ones. They only want mommy once, because, you know, it's a lot, and I don't want to ever regret.
But let me tell you,
I know.
when they get 16, it gets even more.
Right.
I have one.
I know. got 8 and 6.
I know.
What do you love to do with them that we don't know already? Like, we see the pictures, we read the magazines. What do you love to do with them? Because you have this love in your eyes.
Oh yeah, we do everything together. You know, we snowboard, we surf. We like to just kick it at the house and chill and watch movies. You know what I mean? We just love, we create together. Like
Would you act with them on the heels of that?
Definitely, I would. I could do it now that they're older, and I'd probably wait Willow for her to get a little more older. I think now, her being on a set, she would actually need me as a mom more than she would need than me being in front of the camera with her. I don't think she's ready for that yet. But Jaden is getting there.
But Jaden worked with your husband twice.
Yeah, but he had me.
Yes.
So you were
sitting on the
set.
sidelines.
Saying, Will, that's enough.
Yeah, or whatever.
kidding, I don't know.
I was always there. Even when he was acting, I was always there as mommy, not as, you know, being in front of the camera and working. My full attention was on Jaden always, you know, so kids need that. So if you had, you know, his dad was in front of the camera handling those lessons there, and then mommy was just sitting there to just mommy him.
Right. Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're also interested in your kids' careers. I know my kid every day is like, I want to be like Jaden Smith, but a lot of people also love Willow's music, and we have a burst from a fan who loves to, I don't know how to do it, whip his hair back and forth. Watch this.
Hey Jada, I need you to tell Willow that Whip My Hair is one of my jams. Embarrassing my girlfriend while I sing along to it in the car when the windows are down. I was wondering if Willow decided to get into music because of her father Will, or if you supported that. And on a side note, whose records get played more in the car now? Is it him or her?
And is it a family competition?
Oh,
and are you allowed to all sing their songs?
Oh, absolutely, definitely. And it's never a competition. I don't feel like family members should ever compete, and not even in a healthy way. And that's the one thing I've instilled in my family. I tell everybody, everybody's achievements belong to the family as a whole because of what it takes. You don't do this alone. We all are here as your
Family
foundation and your support. Your win is everybody's win. You know what I'm saying? And not only is it your win and our win in this house, but it's our community's win as well. So nothing is ever just yours.
Yeah, it's a
ever.
team.
And on top of that, never forget the power that is far higher than all of us, that has blessed us with the ability and the opportunity to do so. So it is never, ever yours.
Right.
Do they feel that, or do
Oh, no, they feel it and they know it.
individually? I mean, they're independent thinkers.
Oh yeah, but that is, they understand that, you know, that's just something that has been instilled in our household as a whole, and that's how me and Will feel. You know, our achievements don't just belong to us, they belong to everyone. You know, and you know, I feel like everything, every step I make is for you guys, is for my family, you know, and Will feels the same way. You don't do anything just for you. You aren't given these gifts and given these opportunities just for you. You're not here to just work for you. We are here, you know, to work for humanity, and that's what it is, and to do the work of the highest. That's what this is about.
Right.
You know?
And we feel your love because, as I said, this is our 4th Mamarazzi with you. First here with People Entertainment Weekly Network, but you really are a big, you give out the love to people that you see, I think, that are working hard and trying
Absolutely.
to help the mom community. So we thank you for the love that you bring. And we have another burst video on parenting for you.
Okay.
Hi, Jada. It's Jessica. We are in a really unique social and political climate. And with that said, what do you do? Or rather, how are you preparing your children to deal with some of the difficulties that come with being Black in America right now?
Yeah.
Especially right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of a reality. And, you know, the thing that my kids are starting to realize is having their gratitude is because one thing they don't have to worry about is walking out in the streets and worried about, you know, getting shot at because they have a certain color on or they're in a certain neighborhood or what have you, that they are blessed in that way, and that a lot of kids their age that look like them don't have that luxury, you know what I'm saying? So in their lives, they really are working to form a world, a better place in which how they see it. You know what I mean? And whether people agree with that or not, you know, there's a lot, you know, there could be a lot of different ideas that surround what their ideas and what their visions are of the world that they see. But, you know, that's what our youth is supposed to do. Our youth is supposed to have a vision of a world that they see and use all of that youthful fire that they have to try to create it. That's what we did. And that's what we're continuing to do, even, you know, as grown women, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, their experiences are far different than what my experience has been and what Will's experience has been, but they are coming into a consciousness because they are going out into the world from underneath the umbrella that they've grown up under and inside the bubble that they've been in. And they've been having to confront some very harsh realities. But personally, I think it's very good for them because it is helping them to shape new ideas and have new realities that I think will help their art and help their philanthropic efforts.
And we see a lot of that on their social pages.
Yes.
Just on the heels of that. Do you feel, as a mom, you have to monitor what they're putting out there, or you've given them autonomy?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
They're autonomous, and I tell them that they have to be okay in walking in their own shoes. You know, certain decisions that they make, certain statements that they make, you have to give them that room to do it so that they can feel it. It's like, all right, can you have it? That's what you really want? You know, and from what I could see, they're fine, you know, and that's how you learn. You know, that's how you learn. That's how I've learned, you know, even in making some of the statements I've made. And it's like, you know, you get to hear different opinions, and you get to see different things, and it helps you shape. It helps you grow. That's what it's all about. You don't want to protect anybody from that. That's part of life.
Right.
I know, it is
so
just
you
so
don't
different,
hover over.
though.
You're not the helicopter mom. You're really letting them live.
Oh, you got to. My mother did it for me, and I'm grateful for that. And she did it for a different reason, but she still did it, you know, and it gave me the opportunity to be the Jada that I am. And I simply want Willow to be the Willow that she's supposed to be, and Jaden to be the Jaden that he's supposed to be. And really, that doesn't, you know, I was a vessel. I was a vessel for them. They don't belong to me. You know, they don't belong to me.
Oh, it's like a dagger in
I
the
love
heart.
that.
They don't.
I know.
You know, they're my babies. I love them. I adore them. But as a vessel, they're here for a higher purpose, far higher than me being their mother.
Okay, we're going to move on because I'm a bit weepy about the vessel. People are such fans of yours and your husband. So we have another burst video about you and Will, so let's take a look.
All right.
Hi Jada, you have been in so many amazing roles throughout your career. I'm curious which one is your favorite that you've done, and I also want to know which your favorite is of Will's. Mine is of him in The Pursuit of Happiness, one of my all-time favorite movies. Thanks.
Ever.
Yeah, I think Will in Pursuit of Happiness is fantastic. I just can't watch it. I watched that movie once, and that's all I can have.
Yeah, it's hard
but
to
he's
watch.
brilliant, and so is Jaden. I do like when Will is kind of.
Look at that face when you're
she
talking about
talks.
women.
Oh yeah, no.
Tears.
I like him when he's like in characters like Hitch or Hitch. I love.
That was funny.
Hitch.
But also in Hancock. I like it when he's like really. Also Hancock and what is that sci-fi movie he did? Why can't I remember?
Men in Black?
No.
No.
No, not I Am Legend. Robot. When I Robot. You got it.
A little help from our friends.
That character, when he just has a little bit of like just gruff on him.
You have that look too.
I like
that.
He's so, it's funnier. You know what I'm saying? Like when he has a little gruff and then he adds his humor to that. Something about the gruff grounds him, and then he puts the humor part on it that we love about Will. But it's something about the gruff, the rugged, because I think people don't really know how rugged Will is. He's rugged. You
Tell
know?
us more.
Yeah, more. What do you mean?
He doesn't show that persona a lot in public. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like for him, you know, Will likes to be welcoming and embrace, you know, he likes to bring happiness and joy to people, and that's lovely. But as his wife, I see that rugged aspect of him that is really awesome. You know what I'm saying? And so you get to see that when you see iRobot and Hancock, and I'm like, that's the part they don't know.
And that's what
about
she was.
you.
And that's what you were thinking.
Right, but
girls
this
trip.
is like, you must wear the pants in the house. I'm like, man, people don't know
They
this
don't
dude.
know.
They do not know this dude. Don't play that. You know what I
Well,
mean?
you've known him, and you're going to be coming up on 20 years together.
Yes.
And I'm in my zone of 20 years with my husband.
Wow.
So from me to you, congratulations.
Same to you.
However,
However, comma, pause.
No. How? I mean, it's communication.
What are you doing
it's
to
respect.
celebrate?
How do you keep it? How do you keep the romance? I mean, any tips on that?
Well, you know, for me, what I've learned that makes a happy union, you know what I'm saying, is you really have to find your happiness individually. You can't expect your partner to make you happy.
Yes, that is.
And that's across the board. Like, you can't expect your partner to make you feel beautiful, make you feel intelligent, like all these expectations
Right.
we have in these partnerships, I think is what's deteriorating our partnerships. And what I've realized is that, you know, ultimately being married is the hardest thing you'll ever do. And I realized that when I was willing to just go to the side and deal with my stuff, all my childhood trauma, all my daddy issues that I was trying to bring into this marriage, because he's not my father. He is not meant to do that work. He is not meant to, you know, buoy me in a way that I can't for myself. And he had to go and do the same. And so when two people can come back together in their own happiness and just add to that happiness.
That's how you get to 20 years.
You know.
I have one more question, then we're going to the audience for a quick question. One thing you said to us a couple of years ago was Trey, you call your bonus
He's my
child. And my
bonus.
boyfriend has kids that I now say are my bonus. So I learned that from you. Quickly tell us, where did that come from? Because it's such a prettier word than step.
Yes, I think the first time I heard bonus might have been, I want to say Susan Sarandon with, if I remember correctly. Forgive me, Susan, if that wasn't. I think it was her.
So we're passing along the love
We're
of
passing,
bonus.
yes. I think I heard her many years ago refer to her bonus children as bonus.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you for that. We have just a few minutes left, so we're going to go to the audience who has a question. Okay, go fast.
Hi, Jada. I'm Lauren Porter from Essence.
Hey.
And hi. A really great thing about you is that you've learned a lot about yourself. And as you've grown older, you often find that when you become grounded in who you are, you outgrow friendships or relationships.
Yes.
What advice would you give to your children as they become more aware of who they are and as they outgrow friendships or relationships, whether they're romantic or platonic, about moving on and letting go?
You know, I think for me, I've learned to just kind of be there in the process, you know, and I kind of wait. It's funny, with my kids, I don't always offer. I wait for them to ask, because they will. When they really need information or advice in a certain area. But I've learned that their level of self-actualization is awesome. Like, if I just fall back and watch them and just listen, you'd be surprised how healing listening is. just simply listening. And when people can listen to themselves and they go, oh, I get it. Right, I understand. So how I handled this was that way, and that's why she took it that way. Man, I didn't even see that. I said, that's a trip, ain't it? Because you really thought it was something else, didn't you? You know what I mean? So sometimes just listening could be the best thing you could do in situations like that, instead of always feeling like what you have to say, that advice is for that particular person, because her experience, Willow's experience, might be different than mine, and the same with Jaden. I've really learned to fall back on that. That's when people ask me for marital advice. I try to fall back on that because it's very subjective. All of our experiences are so subjective. So unless somebody asks me something specific, you know, but to just give general advice can be dangerous. Yeah.
Okay, so we won't do that right now.
Yeah, don't.
But
We're going to do our Minute with the Moms. Jada, this is where we do these rapid-fire quick questions, answers for 1 minute. Are you ready?
You got it.
I'm ready.
You got it.
All right, ready? Favorite date night?
Favorite date night is just at home. Really, you know.
Doing what?
Just at home, maybe watching a movie or just talking. We do a lot of talking.
Do you have any
We're
bad
very
habits?
intellectual in that way.
Yeah.
Any bad habits?
Well, analytical. Let me take out the intellect.
We have 1 minute.
I don't know how intellectual is, but we can get very heady, very analytical.
She's avoiding any bad habits. No doorknobs involved.
Any bad? Do I have bad habits? Oh, I have tons of bad habits.
Like?
Squeezing the toothpaste from the middle.
That is so annoying.
Yeah.
Does it bother Will?
Yes.
Okay,
Hates it.
favorite dream collaboration to act? Who would you
My
like to
dream collaboration to
The whole family.
act. That wouldn't be a dream. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work right there.
Okay, how would your kids describe you as a mom?
You'd have to ask them, I don't know.
How do you describe yourself as a mom?
I would say that very committed. Like they're my life. They're my priority. They come above everything, even myself. And I don't know if that's a good thing, but it's the truth.
There you go.
That was our Minute with the Moms. We have so much more to talk about. So
We
we'll
need
have
like
to have
5 minutes.
Yeah, we need a lot of minutes with you, Jada, but you are
Oh my
so
gosh, Jada, thank you
amazing.
so much for chatting with us about your kids and your career, including your new role in Girls Trip. Everybody, go see it this Friday, July 21st.
And a huge thank you to our live audience, and thank you to everyone who sent in burst videos, tweeted us, and commented on Facebook. Keep an eye out in People Magazine and on our social media page for our next episode of Mamarazzi. And go see Girls Trip. And we want a Girls Trip with you.
All right,
Jada,
let's
have
do
a
it.
great day, everybody. See you